protagonist is the good guy. But if I write a story, let's say where Adolf Hitler is the protagonist, it's a story about Adolf. Everything that happens revolves around Adolf. He would definitely be the protagonist.
Truck's going up in the air again.
Today that would say that he is a good guy.
Yeah, this trailer is glitchy as
Saying the protagonist is a good guy is way too elementary school. Okay? He's the central character, the character around whom the story revolves. That would be a good description for the protagonist. Okay? Again, as a very special case of primary character. The antagonist.
Ooh, that was just about flying.
The protagonist. Works in opposition to the protagonist. Oftentimes, the antagonist is described as a character foil to the protagonist. Not foil like in tin foil or aluminum foil, but as in Hercules foiled again. That by working in opposition to the protagonist, the antagonist tries to foil or disrupt or impede the plans of the protagonist. Okay? So a character foil plays an opposite. In terms of characteristics, in actual fact, protagonist and antagonist, generally speaking, are opposites. Again, very often the protagonist is a good person and the antagonist is a bad person. The protagonist might be selfless, whereas the antagonist is selfish, and so on and so forth. In children's literature, in cartoons, and so on and so forth.
Driving up the trailer.
Very often even more obvious.
Well, don't.
And more.
Seems like a fucking ramp.
Superficial. And what I mean by that is, if the protagonist is tall, the antagonist is short. If the protagonist has dark hair, the antagonist would have light hair. If the protagonist wears glasses, the antagonist would not wear glasses. And if the protagonist is clean shaven, the antagonist would have a mustache or a beard. Nothing wrong with that. But those kinds of opposites are pretty simple. They're used in young literature or cartoons to drive home that
You have to go ahead of me.
aspect of opposing, but you won't find that obvious.
What the fuck?
Anymore adult.
What did I just watch?
The fucking game just glitched out because your shitty trailer.
Which primary characters are, and of those primary characters, which one is the protagonist, which one is the antagonist. And almost always.
What just happened?
Your fucking trailer's bugged. And it sent
Did you
my
hit
truck
the
under the
trailer?
map. No, I tapped the trailer at the top of the truck and it fucking glitched through the map.
And they are important
the
to the story. There's no question about it. They influence what happens in the story. But they're not.
That was fucking stupid.
essential. If you
That
pull
was a
out
shitty ass trailer.
then you just don't have the same story. Yeah, if you pull out a Han or a Leia or a Luke, you just don't have the original Star Wars. Okay? Secondary characters, you pull one of them out, yeah, it could change the story in some significant ways, but the basics are still there. Okay, so for argument's sake, and again, I'm more familiar with the old Star Wars, you pull out somebody like Chewbacca, well, Chewbacca actually, I was going to say Boba Fett, or Lando Calrissian, or somebody like that. Yeah, they're important to the story, there's no question about it. They influence what happens, but they're not necessary, they're not essential. Okay? And then the third level of importance is tertiary, there's no such word as tertiary. And we can describe tertiary characters as basically central to the story. Okay? And quite frankly, if you pulled out a tertiary character, you might not even notice they're missing. It's not to say that they do absolutely nothing for the story, but the influence is very minimal. Okay? In all honesty, no good writer will put in a completely useless character, a completely unnecessary character. Now, even if that tertiary character only has a 3% impact, at least it's something. Okay? So we want to be able to identify what the levels of importance are of the characters, how much they impact or influence the story. I'm going to shrink this down so we can see all three of them. may be a little bit too small for some of you to read, and if it is, I do apologize. But what I want to say is, I presented these as separate and distinct aspects of the character lens. And I presented them in a particular order. But quite honestly, that's kind of artificial. And they actually tend to overlap, and sometimes maybe by the levels of importance, before you start dealing with profiles or relationships. Or maybe you want to look at the profiles to determine what the levels of importance are, and then concentrate on the relationship shared by just the primary character, or something along those lines. So I'm presenting this stuff as separate and distinct, but don't for a second think that you have to absolutely deal with them as separate and distinct. Any questions about any of that? Okay, that's the
Go, sir.
Go ahead. I heard a sir.
I said no, sir, for the rest.
Oh, no, sir, okay. All right, we can put that off then. And especially with Gloria's calling in between you guys. Okay, so, that's just the first of the four lenses, that's the character lens. I'm gonna give you an opportunity, at this point, to
You are.
read the first short
A little bit up the
story.
street.
Whether that's you had a chance to finish it. If you don't have the story, it is very definitely available to you online until you do get the physical copy. Okay? So what I'm asking you to do is to read that story, and then what I would like you to do is to apply the first lens, the first of the sub-lenses. So you're going to apply the character lens, and I just want you to do the character profiles. Okay? So, there are really only going to be two profiles that you're dealing with, so I don't think it's too onerous. That'll make more sense once you've read the story. But what I would like you to do is to, in a very tangible way, identify what the characteristic is for that character, and how we come to know that characteristic. So, for argument's sake, if we're dealing with character Bob, his name, okay? What's the characteristic? Well, he is selfish. How do I know that? I know that based on what he says. So you're identifying the method by which you come to know that, and then give the concrete example. He actually says, give it to me first. I'm making this all. Okay. So, we're looking at Bob. What's one of the things we know about him? What's one of the characteristics we can add to our profile? The fact that he's selfish. How do we know that? One of the ways we know that is based on what he says. More specifically, he says, give it to me first. So he's greedy. Okay? That's the kind of thing I want you to do for the two main characters of the story. I would like you to have, at the very least, 6 examples. So, if you're playing averages, maybe that's 2 examples based on what the character does, 2 examples based on what the character says, 2 examples based on what others say about the character. You don't have to do it that way. Maybe you go 3, 1, and 2. Okay? But I'd like you to come up with at least 6 characteristics.
Also, I figured out what your trailer was stuck on at the mud, or the water mud pit over here by the tube.
And the example by which
There's a floating rock.
those individual characteristics. Does that make sense?
The fuck?
There's a little rocket stuck up in the sky, and if you hit it, it will glitch your truck out. That's what happened to me on my map.
Right here in front of the camera.
You have
The laptop.
premium?
So if you have a question,
No.
you can type it in the chat, but verbalize it. So
It's
I
on
can
every
Yeah,
map.
but that's
my laptop dings
Every map has a floating rocket at some point.
into the chat room. Okay?
Is
Now,
Team
before anybody
Snapchat
asks,
messaging me
those 6
for...
characteristics.
It's that stupid thing for you can now have 64 people in a group.
Okay, anything I give you, unless I say otherwise,
Double your
should we
friend
do-
count,
should we get
double
into
your
the
fun.
sure.
Like I had 64
So,
friends.
wait, so do we get to pick two characters we want to do, or do we have to from the book?
No, it's from a short story that I just
Okay,
brought up in
okay.
that call. So if you're
Yeah.
here yesterday, you got the story. If you weren't here yesterday, then pull it up online. Okay?
Okay.
Just lather, that's all. Maybe it help if I'm not.
Bro, there's a massive fucking mud pit here now.
I'm gonna try to get I'm gonna go on the book app and I'm gonna try to get the one where it reads, but it won't let me stay in the call if I do that. It's okay if I go into that.
Um,
Hold on a second.
we got problems.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Okay, what are you wanting to do?
Is it okay if I leave this call to go on my
My whole fucking truck just blew up.
Is it too?
I'm flying across the map right now.
Because it won't let me do that when I'm in the call because
Okay,
it's 32 o'clock.
yeah,
Where the fuck
yeah,
are
I
you
don't
going?
want to-
Jesus Christ. Oh my god, I can see it on the map.
It's just because when
I'm flying.
Where the fuck are you going?
Yeah, no, that's
Jesus
I'm flying.
Christ.
I don't want to get into the habit of that.
Are you above this guy or just like...
Oh, I'm way the fuck up here.
I'm going to open that for you.
I'm gonna try and catch a screenshot of it. Let's see. I got a
You don't
screenshot.
even realize what it looks like from my end. It's literally just you.
Warren,
Oh my
I
god,
have
bro.
several questions.
The gas tank just cracked. There's gas going everywhere. What the fuck?
I gotta see this. Here, hop out of it.
Bro, I'm so high up in the air.
Hop out of it. Hop out of
I'm trying.
it. Hop
Isaiah.
out of it.
I'm trying. There's nothing near me. There's a
Go
yard
to the
sitting
map,
over
you
here.
retard.
Okay.
Oh my god, this truck's torn apart as
I've
well.
got no Romani and I've got no Michaela.
Oh
Is
god.
that correct?
Oh god.
You think that's bad? Switch to your fucking Azov and I'll go back to mine.
I
Alrighty.
fixed it.
Alright, so it's okay if I go do that now?
Yep. Thanks, Lord.
Alright, have a good day, sir.
Maybe you too. We'll see
Oh
you
my
tomorrow
God,
afternoon at
that
the same time.
sound.
You stay on so that if you have any questions, you can ask me.
Bro, the frame drops. This truck's all ripped apart. There's wires everywhere. You need to see what this thing looks like.
Oh my god.
I had to go
Stop getting in trucks, god damn it.
Was it absolutely does she not know you're in class?
This is what happens when you try to drive a cat.
Yeah. Real nasty. This time is your time with me.
Yeah, like that happens in real life. Is that my scout truck?
Let them know that you need uninterrupted time with me. Again, as a one-off, it's early in the class. I
That
really
is,
myself.
that is my scout truck. How'd you get over there so fast with it? The fuck?
Don't ask me. It was over here originally.
I'm not going to bother repeating.
I drove over here with my Azov and it was in the air, ripped apart like it is right now.
She wouldn't be, or at least I'd like to think she's not
Can
calling
you
me.
hop out of it?
Alright, so, first of all, who am I addressing? Isaiah, okay.
With my Azov.
So,
There's no other trucks. There we go.
you weren't here yesterday, is that correct, Isaiah?
No, no, it's floating away now.
Look
at the map. It's gone. It's just gone. It crashed the game. It fucking crashed.
Bro, I'm dead. What the fuck did we do? You have to try and load that back up to see if it fixed it.
Pardon me. Building that profile, I'm asking
As soon as you got out of it, I just seen him fucking driving across the map. Wasn't going up in the air, he was just driving across like the trees and everything, and then it just drove off. Like bumped and then just disappeared and the game stopped, and I'm like, oh fuck.
for argument's sake, and I'll say the character selfish. You know the character selfish based on what the character does.
I'm sending that to Prodigy. I have a couple of screenshots.
Oh my god, save the video clip.
True.
What am I saying?